I want to encourage you to continue borrowing for growth. Don't borrow to marry another woman.
The State Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development in charge of general duties, Honorable Henry Musasizi, has showed concern about insurance companies that don't clear insured loans after the passing on of the borrower.
Interest rates
Musasizi said this during the Sacco AGM held in Muhanga Town Council over the weekend, where he emphasized that the Ministry of Finance will intervene and come up with a clear solution to these insurance companies that are always expected to clear such debts if the deceased has been serving the insured loans.
Insurance contracts which they sign with the borrowers have a clause that says if somebody dies when he or she had defaulted on a loan, the insurance company will not pay. This is absolutely unacceptable. I want to take interest in this. We must review this condition. Death is one of the risks the insurance company cover. So if you cover death, death is death, irrespective of whether somebody defaulted in the period when he or she was sick or not. So this is something we need to get back, see how we can compare the insurance companies, not to really cheat people like this.
Musasizi further cautioned residents to avoid multiple borrowing from different financial institutions, saying that the Bank of Uganda is working on regulations that will protect Saccos out on this issue.
There is a challenge in the microfinance industry regarding multiple borrowing. Previously, the commercial banks were also facing the same problem, whereby people would borrow from Bank A, borrow from Bank B, C, and D. Now what is happening, the borrowers are going to Sacco like this one, Ruchiga, you borrow from there, you go to another Sacco X, you go to Sacco Y. You find at the end of the day, you find a borrower with a heavy debt burden, and not only that, sometimes the collateral used is also multiply pledged. You pledge it here, you pledge it there, like that.
John Bosco Abaho, the Kigezi Sacco general manager, said that multiple borrowing wouldn't be the big issue, but the worry is on multiple defaulting from the members who fail to pay back the monies to different institutions where they borrow from. He appealed to the government to set up credit reference bureau to reflect credit history of the clients.
Multiple borrowing is where you find a member comes to Kigezi Sacco, borrows, goes to another Sacco, borrows, and some go to the commercial banks, they also borrow. Now, I wouldn't be personally have a problem with multiple borrowing, but the problem is multiple defaulting. And this member will default here, default to the other Sacco, and find they are not able to pay. So the biggest challenge that we have as the Sacco sector, we don't have the credit reference bureau where we can get this data about the history, the credit history of these members. So it's a huge challenge. It makes members not pay money in time, that is non defaulting, and the portfolio will rot. And eventually the performance of the institution is affected. Fundamentally, what the government needs to do, like what they did for commercial banks, they set up a credit reference bureau which is regulated by the Central Bank, Bank of Africa. So us having to have a legal framework that allows us also to enroll on that credit reference bureau is very, very fundamental.
Abao also said that the Sacco has registered a high amount of arrears, though paying back is not only attached on the insurance companies, but also the guarantors.
If you had a loan and you don't pay in time, and your loan goes in arrears, and the insurance company cannot pay when you die, it means when we are giving a loan, we have two guarantors. A guarantor who is a family member, and a guarantor who has an account in the Sacco. So those people who guaranteed the loan, they are liable to clear this loan. If someone has been paying the loan very well and they happen to die, one, there is natural death, or there is accident, or there is permanent disability, then we claim to the insurance company and they are able to pay the outstanding loan at the time when the death occurred.
Robert Ngamachi for Kigezi Television.
Government is implementing the presidential initiative on wealth and job creation in yoga.